All right, so I think I'm gonna clean up this channel a bit. No more cursing, no more profanity, no more girls, none of that offensive stuff. I mean, we need to be a little more politically correct around here, don't you think?
And I really feel bad if I pissed off any of you hippies out there, and you vegetarians, and people that think it's creepy that I get, a bunch of girls in the back of my van. I'm really sorry about that.
I do apologize for any previous videos that may have offended people out there. It was not my intention. So from this point forward, it's all gonna be PG, okay?
On second thought, how about some burgers, beers, and babes?
Okay. Yeah. I watched the Trailer Park Boys quite a lot. So, why isn't there an RV Park Boys yet? Or even better, RVs without the park, like all of us. Anyways, hang on a sec. I'm just gonna shut down the volume a little bit. What is it with the occasional comment? Once in a while, I mean, most of the time, people are like, that's an awesome fucking van, and girls love it, and it's cozy, it's different, it's cool to most people, especially when we have parties and people stay over and girls in the back of the van. I do photo shoots back here sometimes too. That's what these floodlights are for. Anyways. But once in a while, you get the occasional, oh, you must be a creep. You're getting girls in the back of your van. Like, that's creepy. Like, I don't understand that mentality at all. I mean, I'm not that old, but I definitely grew up around people that told me all about the vanning generation, 70s and 80s. I mean, to me, girls in the back of vans, I mean, look at that fantasy poster. And all the custom vanning magazines from back in the 70s and 80s. What was the number one recurring theme in all of those magazines and all the big van truck shows? Girls in the back of the vans, shag carpet, big beds, all sorts of nudity. I mean, that's what it's all about. And that's kind of what Wham Bam Babes, my promo modeling company, was based off of, or at least went with that theme. That the 70s and 80s vanners and all the girls in the back of their vans, I mean, that was fucking awesome. It was kick-ass. But I think because of the internet, paranoia, and the occasional Hollywood TV show that portrays creeps driving around in vans or rapists driving around in vans, trying to pick people up off the street. I mean, I don't think that really happens that often in real life. In fact, I think most rapists don't use vans, big-ass vehicles that you can spot from a mile away. They hide in bushes, or they drive Honda Civics or things that blend in. Like, I've never met a bad person that owned a van. So, I mean, that's all perception, that's all internet, that's all Hollywood. But once in a while, you get somebody that thinks it's creepy. Now, I ask those people, why is it any different when I have a date and I bring a girl home to my motorhome, my van? How is that any less or more creepy than any guy picking up a girl and bringing her back to his apartment or house? I mean, it blows my mind that there is any difference at all in anybody's mentality for that. In fact, I find girls prefer this. They seem to think it's hotter. I mean, I get that all the time. It's like, this is so fucking awesome. I've never been in the back of a motorhome before, the back of a van, so I mean, there's a certain type of girl that might be afraid of it, but you know what? That's okay, because I want nothing to do with a girl that would have any problem with that anyways. Most of the girls I meet and I hang out with and are really down to earth, laid back, and they love the adventurous lifestyle that I live, and they love the freedom I have, and they love the fact that I've taken care of myself. I'm self-sustaining, and I have security, and I think that's actually a plus for a lot of women out there. Again, I wouldn't be interested in somebody that wouldn't be interested in this. Now, I've met a lot of couples on the road, even with kids and with pets. And myself, I used to live in a Class C, about the same size as this, but it was a Class C, a small Class C, with my ex-girlfriend and both of our cats. We did that for a couple of years. It was awesome. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Well, no, I'm not saying that I want a girl to move in with me. Actually, that's something I'm not looking for. Trust me. I don't mind visitors once in a while. I don't mind slumber parties, but I'm not looking for any live-ins. I'd rather she have her own van and we just park next to each other and we can spend time at each other's houses. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's number one. Number two, from my beginning there of the video that I'm kind of curious about. Now, I don't want to bash anyone out there. I have a lot of vegetarian friends, a lot of vegan friends, a lot of, dare I say, hippie friends, second generation flower children. I did grow up in Kitsilano in Vancouver West Side, which is known to be very left-wing, very liberal, very hippie-ish. So somehow I came out of that unscathed. I don't know how I managed to survive that, and and I'm like the polar opposite of all that. I don't live in a Volkswagen van. I live in a giant Class B motorhome. Compared to a Volkswagen, it's huge anyways. It's not a big Class A, it's not a big Winnebago, but this was by choice. I wanted something small, maneuverable, easy to drive, easy to park. I like small, cozy spaces. It's perfect for me. I don't have an 8-track, but I do have internet radio. I have solar panels. I mean, there's quite a few differences from the 60s hippies in their Volkswagen vans to this, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's freedom. It's complete freedom. So they had that going for them for sure, and it still exists to this day with people like me all over the city, all over every city that do exactly this, that live this lifestyle. Anyways, what is it? Back to the subject. I keep rambling on like that. Vegetarians that get upset when you eat meat, or you talk about it, or you buy it. I mean, you can get dirty looks at grocery stores sometimes, and I go in and buy meat, and you can just tell that I look at what the vegetarian behind me has got all these veggies in line, and their tofurkey, whatever it is, and they look at disgust that I have, big T-bone steaks with all my groceries, and I just can't understand the mentality that people would want to shove their religion down other people's throats, like with anything really. But when it comes to eating meat, I know it's gonna piss a lot of you off, but that's why we have these teeth, okay? We are carnivores by nature. Now, if you become a vegan or a vegetarian for valid reasons, to me a valid reason would be, say, animal cruelty. Yes, there's a lot of problems in that area. There's a lot of cruelty going on out there that doesn't need to happen. That doesn't mean that we're not naturally supposed to eat meat, though. We are supposed to eat meat. But I'm going to tell you what really fucking pisses me off. Hardcore vegetarians, vegans, that force that diet onto their pets. Innocent animals that are designed by nature, just like human beings, to be carnivores. And they force vegetarian diets on their poor cats and dogs, and God knows what else. To me, I just want to wring their fucking necks. This pisses me off. Almost nothing else pisses me off as much as this pisses me off. All right? Don't do it. Give your cat or dog up to the SPCA and let a responsible owner take care of that animal. They're supposed to eat meat. There is no fucking ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't even try to argue it with me. A cat and a dog is a carnivore. They're supposed to chew on the meat, bite the flesh off animals. So are we. Just because we go to a grocery store and buy our meat doesn't make it any less natural, in my mind, than in the old days when we went out and hunted and killed our own game, brought our own animals home, cook it up for our dinners. You know, a lot of people still do that. Do you really have a problem with that? Yes, I have a problem with a lot of the factory farming and a lot of the problems in the industry. But I don't have a problem with every single person out there that agrees with me that you're supposed to eat meat. It's part of a balanced diet. Do some people eat too much? Yes. But if you eat salad every day and nothing else, you're going to die from that too. Everything in moderation. We're supposed to eat meat. And I don't think it's a good idea for the human race to wean themselves off of meat or think they're doing something all holy and righteous. It reminds me a lot of the people like you see in public. If you ever get on a bus or you go to a shopping mall, people are afraid to touch things. They walk around with gloves or they use paper towels to grab bars and they wear masks all the time. Now, some of them are legitimate. They might have asthma. You know, you never know. They're sick or something. They're being considerate. But then there's the other ones that are just paranoid of everything. Not always. There's exceptions to every rule. But a lot of the time, they're the same type. The hardcore vegans, the real hippies. You know, like the current generation of flower children, the granola crunchers. You know, Vancouver West Side's full of them. They don't want to touch anything. They're afraid of everything. They take pills to supplement everything. If you have to take protein powders and take pills to make up for what your diet's not giving you, let me tell you something. There's nothing natural about that. Right? I think you're an idiot. I think you're idiots. I really do. Healthy? Almost every one of my vegan friends, vegetarian friends, again, not everyone, but most, are sick all the time. They're always sick. They're wondering why. They think it's their fault. They start to come down on themselves. Oh, I didn't take enough of these pills, or I didn't eat enough of this veggie, or whatever it is. It drives me insane. I eat meat every day, every single day, as part of a balanced diet. I eat lots of other things too, but I make sure I have good meat in there. You know how often I get sick? Maybe once a year, and it's just a slight cold. I haven't had the flu for years. I don't wear gloves when I touch everything. I wash my hands all the time, but I don't fucking live, worrying about everything every day. I don't fucking use hand sanitizer after everything I touch. I mean, I'm not paranoid about it. And I realize it's good for my immune system. If you never let your body be exposed to things, your body forgets how to fight against things. You need germs. You need bacteria. You need to expose yourself to this stuff once in a while, or your body doesn't know how to fight against it, and your immune system goes down. Not up, it goes down. Eat meat. Stop being paranoid about everything. It doesn't mean you can't eat your veggies, your salads, your tofu, your granola, whatever, but the human body is meant to have that meat in it. All right? Have I done enough yelling for today? All right, I need to go edit some photos of some hot chicks now, so I'm going to leave you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and don't forget you can check out my previous videos by going to my channel. It's easy to get to, justincredible.tv, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. All right? Keep on rocking in the free world, everyone.